Big game here Thursday as the Eagles take on their third team in a row, nationally ranked program. This also says a lot about the Heart of America Conference this year. Culver Stockton's coming in to Puckett Fieldhouse, ranked 10th in the country. I'm not sure, and I haven't checked, but this may be the very first time that program has ever been ranked in the top 10, and very deservingly so. We have a three-way tie in our conference right now, Culver, Evangel, and Benedictine, and this just happens to be the third of those teams that we play all in a row. First, I'd say that the past month's been wonderful for our program. Having won 7 of our last 8 games has been a huge pick-me-up as we head into the final 6 games of the season, getting ready for the conference play. Ran into a very, very tough Benedictine team Saturday. A Benedictine team which is currently ranked 16th in the nation, and one of the aspects with that game, I felt Melvin Tillman is continuing an impressive run for another All-American nomination. I believe that he is starting to separate himself among a couple players in the conference as being one of the very finest in the country. And it's his leadership right now that the coaching staff feels very comfortable and confident that we're going to head out the rest of this month of November and put ourselves in good contention for postseason play. First, about Culver Stockton. They're one of the most explosive offensive teams in the country. I don't know if I've seen this any time recently, but they field 6 players that average double figures. So from a coaching standpoint, that's a nightmare. There's not just 1 or 2 players that you have to focus on stopping. 6 players that average double figures is most incredible. And on top of that, they're experienced. They were an Elite 8 team at the national tournament last year, which they're nationally known right now and have a lot of confidence. I don't know what their overall record is the last 2 years, but it has to be somewhere along the line of 45-7, 45-8, or maybe even close to 50 wins right now, as they're already closing in on 20 wins for this season. So this is the most impressive ball team and an enormous challenge for our team. But we found out that a lot of challenges, our guys are stepping up and meeting those challenges. We've had another good week of practice. The preparation for this team is a little different, but at the same time, it's also simplified in knowing that Culver pretty much does the same thing no matter who they play. That's not good, bad, right, or wrong. They're very effective, and the tough part is stopping them at what they love to do. Transition basketball, attack the basket, shoot the three-point shot, and they're one of the best rebounding teams in the league. So we're going to have to be on our toes defensively, but more importantly for us is the ability for us to have an effective offense. I thought we were one of the best teams against them defensively at their place, holding them to 74 points, which is almost 20 points under their average. But if you would have said you're going to hold Culver to 74 points, we would have felt pretty good about winning that ball game. That was a night that we only scored 63. So will we be as successful of holding Culver to 74 points again? That's going to be a tough question. But our offense has to be more effective. And today with Melvin, Mitch Farr, and we now, for the first time in about a decade, we have 5 players averaging double figures. So we might be that next team to Culver as far as having that balanced attack. But leave no surprises about it. Melvin Tillman is the key to our ball team, and if Melvin comes out and has the type of game that he's been having the past 4 or 5 games, we're going to be in contention of upsetting Culver Stockton. I don't know if our team really considers it an upset, though on paper you would have to almost declare that. Our expectations the next 2 home games with Culver and Evangel is that these are must-win games for us if we want to obtain a home court advantage heading into the postseason play, and even that outside chance that we can still finish in the top 3 of conference. And why is that important? Our top 3 teams are going to get a chance to go to the national tournament. That's pretty much an automatic. So tied for fourth right now puts us right there on the outside of that, and the motivation is very clear. So we're going to have a phenomenal crowd, I believe, again, come Thursday night. We have an enthusiastic crowd that's a lot of fun. And our team is really looking forward to the game against Culver Stockton and accepting the huge challenge that awaits us.
Who are some of Culver Stockton's players?
Well, again, Culver's going to have a lot of players for us to be focused and concerned about. The main player, I think, on paper, and I guess when you're looking at the mismatch probability, will be James Johnson. James is 6'5", senior, returning all-conference player, has scored 44 points in a game this year against Columbia College. But what makes him unique is his ability to shoot three-point shots. He's their post player, he's their big man, and he consistently draws the opponent's 4 and 5 men out to the three-point line, and it's extremely tough. Most teams have to make huge challenges. They play smaller teams against Culver Stockton. That's what we chose to do the first time. So right there, they have an individual that can change the way that you play. But I don't know if that's really the big focus. They have the player of the week this past week, Jalen Jarrett, who puts up big numbers, good three-point shooter, gets the basket, averaging 12. Carl Moore, a new player since the last time that we played Culver Stockton, averaging 12 points. Jonathan Miller, Mario Gully, and C.J. Adams, all averaging between 10 and 11 points. So the focus isn't going to be probably any one particular player. We're going to have to find a way just to slow them down. And again, it's not so much of how few points that we're holding Culver, I think, is the big key. The key is that we have to do a better job offensively compared to the first time that we played Culver Stockton. We cannot win the game scoring 63 points. And with ourselves averaging in the upper 70s, that's where we at least need to be, and our defense being much better. We feel confident that if we can play our normal game, that we'll be in good shape. And again, we have to have a good offensive night, as much as who it is that we may have to, limit or that sort of thing. But as much as anything else, it's all going to come down to rebounds. Culver Stockton's going to get their shots no matter what our defense is able to do. We just can't allow them to keep getting the second and third shots, and we can't allow them to have the easy layups. So again, our defense is going to have tremendous pressure, and that pressure comes from Culver Stockton just having such a vastly deep team and very well balanced, and it's going to be the challenge.